Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. How would you like to make a quick little zippered pouch with one zip and no fabric? I saw this on Instagram this morning, thought it was really cool, so I figured why not do a video for it. I think Treffer Craft originally did this, but yeah, I'm going to take you through this zippered bag with no fabric. The zip size that I'm using is 22 inches or 55 centimetres. It's just a regular dress zip, which I think is a number 3. Open it out. At the bottom edge of the zip, we're going to measure 3 inches or 7.5 centimetres. I'll place my guide at the bottom of the zip and make a mark right there. So this line that we've drawn becomes our fold line. Now I'm going to have to take you to the machine to show you how to do this, and I'll show you as we go. But basically what you need to do is take the right hand side of the zip and fold it at that line that we've marked. So you'll place the edges of the tape together with the zipper teeth on the one side here. You'll start sewing at the folded edge here, and you'll come down, you'll stop here, which is just past the end stop. Stop with your needle in the down position, and you're going to bring the zip around and continue to sew across the zip here. Remember not to sew over that end stop. And then you'll turn the zip around and come back down the other side. Before I do anything, I'm going to sew the end tabs down first. That way I don't have to fiddle around with it when I get to them as we sew along. So turn the zip wrong way round and just take the center part of the tab and fold that out to the outside and do the same on the other one. So that's all you need to do. This is the right side up. I've got the tab folded underneath and out on both sides. And I'll just put a couple of stitches in the side there first. Then we can start at this end. I'll move the slider out of the way. Remember to have your zipper foot on, or a really narrow foot. When you're sewing the zip in place, you need to get in close to the zipper teeth. So I've just got that folded underneath. And that's all we needed to do, was just secure that in place. Repeat that for the other side. Okay, we've got both our ends folded over. Let's get to the other end. Open the zip all the way. And I'll just move the slider away from the end stop. So as long as you have your slider within this folded section here, that'll be fine. I just don't want to have too much bulk at the very end when we come around the corner. At that drawn line, we'll fold the zip in half. And because it's so fiddly, I will actually just tack it down in place first. So I've placed the right sides of the zip together. I'm just going to tack it so that I can actually start handling it better. By doing that, it means the zip's going to be much easier to handle. Now I'm going to get in really close to the zipper teeth. You want to get as close as you can because it'll make it easier to close your zip after. If you can move the needle position of your machine over as far as you can, that will work really well for you. Back stitch and forward. We're going to sew past that middle end stop and come to about 1/4 of an inch past that, stop with the needle down, and then you will turn the zip around like that, sew across, stop with the needle down, and then continue on up. I like to back stitch at the end of the zip there just to give it a little bit more stability. Then I move my slide up a bit, just out of the way, Hold that in place. I've come just past that end stop. I'll do a couple more stitches, raise my foot, then turn the zip around, and you've just got to manipulate the teeth on this side so that they're out of the way when you're sewing. Drop your foot and sew across. Double check that you haven't got the end stop underneath. Back. Stop with the needle down again and repeat that turning manoeuvre, and just be careful not to stitch over your zipper teeth. You can backstitch if you want to secure this, and then we can sew to the end. Raise your foot and move the slider out of the way. Then just line up the two pieces of tape evenly along the right hand edge and continue to sew until the first end stop. So we're coming up to the short edge here. We're going to sew beyond that. Now, if you're confident, you can actually take the other end and fold that in half and bring it across in line and sew the entire amount all at once. It'll be less fiddly to do it individually, so I'm going to come along, secure this in place, and then backstitch. And then I'm going to take the other end and bring that together. Just means that I don't have to worry about holding two pieces together. Come forward again. I'll backstitch here just to secure those layers, and then continue on all the way to the end. And remember to sew as close to the teeth as you can. And backstitch at the end. And now our little bag is finished. So all we need to do is trim off these end bits. Okay, now that that is all sewn up, I just want to trim off the ends. This end here where I've got the little tails, I'm going to trim that back a little bit. And the other end where we have the zipper tape folded out, I'm going to take that off as well, just to remove some bulk. And at the top end, I'm going to taper that in just slightly. So I'll take a little bit of the tape off, just up to the middle bar. And now it's time to zip it up. Take the edge of the zipper teeth here, fold the raw edges in underneath, and this section here, you want to fold that in underneath as well and have it out of the way as you're zipping it up. So grab hold underneath here and start closing the zip. You'll come to a stop here and you just manipulate that folded edge of tape out of the way, fingers underneath, and start coming around the corner. Gently close up that loose bit of tape and just keep going, closing the zip. And you'll come to a stop here. So this here is where you folded the other end of the zip back. So you'll need to just manipulate that around and get your fingers in there and close it up. And there we have a completely useless looking zippered bag made without any fabric whatsoever. It's actually not that useless. I've got a couple of great ideas for it. You can attach this to one of your bags. So if you have a clip hanging from your bag or a purse, you can attach your little zippered purse to any wristlet or clutch that you might have. So it'd be perfectly handy, right? And here's its miniature. I made this one with a 14-inch zip, and obviously that one was with the longer one. This one here was only done with a 2-inch fold, whereas this one was done with the 4-inch fold. Oh, and let me show you how quickly they'll undo as well. So you can go and undo the zip along here, and then you just keep on going. Just pull the zip, and the whole thing comes undone again. It's pretty nifty, isn't it? It's such a daggy little project. And then you can just zip it back up again. I think that's a nice little rainy day project. So how is that for a totally useless little pouch? It's not really that useless. If you pop a swivel clip on the end of it and attach it to the side of your purse or a bag, it's a great place to keep a few coins if you need them for the car park or the car wash. You could put your earbuds in there as well. This one here is also a great little size for feminine hygiene products. The more I think about it, the more uses it's actually going to have. Just a fun little project, no fabric, one zip, easy to do. You can make these up in about 5 or 10 minutes. They're not hard at all. Tell me what you think of these. What would you use them for? I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video, and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.